It's 11:04 in Woodford, East London. Two men pull up outside a house and what appears to be a normal delivery guy, making a normal delivery. He's looking where to leave a package. Or is he?
Having identified that no one was in, they went round to the back of the premises and forced entry to the rear of the premises.
It's an age-old tactic for anyone casing out their next victim.
Having forced entry to the rear, they came into the premises. Picked the safe up. We've again got images of them leaving the premises through the house with the safe. And they got into a car, a black Honda Civic, and they made off from the scene. They were in the premises for no longer than about 2 to 3 minutes.
A neighbour's doorbell camera captures the men driving away from the scene in the black car. On its own, not much evidence to go on, but luckily for this family, all their other neighbours have cameras too.
The community have been fantastic. They all checked their CCTV, and we were able to track the Honda Civic as it came in and as it went out of the Monkham's estate, and we were able to get the index number of that vehicle, which was on false plates. Because we've got ANPR across the whole area, and we were able to identify that that same Honda Civic had been in Hadley Wood and that vicinity the day before. So we've got two very good suspects. We've got images of the two suspects who were involved in the burglary.
But will that be enough to find the two daylight robbers?
We just need that lucky break, that bit of information from someone who either knows the two individuals involved or knows the vehicle and can give us that information.
I've got their number plate.
Call the police.
If your street hasn't been burgled this year, figures suggest that the street next to you almost certainly has.
They go straight to the top floor. I see the light come on the top floor of the house, and they are out the door within 30 seconds. They didn't wait around. It was almost as if they knew what they were looking for.
David McKelvey and his team of private investigators at TMI have been trailing a criminal gang carrying out a spate of burglaries on homes in nearby Kent.
They were straight in the car and zoomed off at ridiculous speeds. We had no chance of keeping up with it.
So he's hoping that the success of these other investigations will help the family of this property in Woodford recover the contents of their safe.
Having forced entry to the rear, they came into the premises. Picked the safe up, and they got into a car, a black Honda Civic, and they made off from the scene.
The team compiled images of CCTV submitted by the local community, which helped them uncover more information about the getaway vehicle. They collated all the evidence and handed it over to the police, but so far without success.
The fact is that the police have now closed the case. They haven't been able to identify these two individuals. I wouldn't think this is their only burglary. We know that they're potentially involved in a burglary 2 weeks later, and I would think they're probably out burgling on a regular basis across East and North London.
The disappointment for this former police chief just makes him more determined to catch them.
When I was serving as a young detective, you would go out and visit the scene, you would take witness statements, you'd go house to house, you would look if there was CCTV, you'd look for CCTV, you'd go out to all of your informants, and there would be a huge investigation to try and catch someone for a burglary, because burglary was seen as a priority offence. We don't see that anymore. Generally, the majority of cases, we don't see any investigation.
It's reported that a home burglary is carried out every 2 minutes in the UK. The sheer volume means that police resources simply can't cope on their own. So TMI have created a team of undercover operatives who now investigate these crimes for the victims.
The fact is, the public now get burgled and their expectation is so low that all they're really doing is reporting it for their insurance purposes. Effectively, we will do the investigation from the beginning. We will hand that material over to the police. Often, through the investigation, we've had leads to identify burglars, and we've carried out surveillance on those teams of burglars very successfully. We've literally followed these burglars around and witnessed them committing burglaries in front of us and passed that information on to the police. We'll do absolutely everything that needs to be done to try and identify the people responsible, because we don't want those people committing further burglaries on our beats.
And although the pair who broke into this home haven't been found yet, David is convinced they will be.
And usually that outcome for us is to prosecute someone, to convict them in a Crown or magistrate's court, and for them to get a sentence, appropriate sentence. As much as it pains me as well, we have created a private police force that offers a service that the police no longer offer the public. Generally, some of them are very good, some are not so good, but we're filling a necessary gap